Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect on the highways and byways pushing this truth. It's your brother Rabbi Nap coming out with a lesson, Lord willing, is edifying. All right, now I'm going to start off in the book of, I was reading Matthew. Matter of fact, hold on. Actually, let's start off in the book of Psalms 106. It's the book of Psalms 106. I'm going to start from the top. It reads, Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Yeah, his mercy endureth forever, man. All right? And that's what we're banking on, man, that his mercy endureth forever. That he's not going to lay hold his sins on his elect men. Okay? Because it says, blessed are those whose sins are forgiven, and we all are laden with iniquity. So we want to make sure, we want to make sure that we get this mercy, man. Okay. Let me grab this precept. See what my Bible's talking about. Getting started. Get that in the blue letter, actually. First Chronicles 16 and 34 says, Oh, give thanks unto the Lord Yahweh, for he is good, for his mercy endureth. They're saying the same thing. Okay. They're saying the same thing, man. Psalms 106 and 2, who can utter the mighty acts of the Lord? Who can show forth all his praise? Yeah, man, he's so, it's hard to praise the Lord because he's done so much, you know, and we got to do even more for him, you know. You can't even glorify him for everything that he's done because you don't even know everything that he's done. He's doing so much, man. Okay? When you try to do the best you can, he gave you his name, you know, he gave you this wisdom to get to know him, you know. Trying to get to know him because he's all wisdom. He embodies everything. He's everywhere at once. He's all powerful, man. He has no beginning, has no end, man. It's hard to wrap your mind around that, you know. So we do the best to our ability to praise him down here on the earth. And how do we do that? We do that by following his commandments, doing the will, feeding the sheep, okay? Doing his will. Book of Psalms 40 and 5, many, O Lord, Yahweh, my power, are thy wonderful works which thou hast done, and thy thoughts which are to usward. They cannot be reckoned up in order unto thee. If I would declare and speak of them, they are more than can be numbered. Yeah, there's too many of them, man. It's way too many. Especially in our past lives, man, that we don't even remember. You can't praise him for something you don't even know that he did. But he's doing all things, okay? The book of Psalms 106 and 3. Blessed are they that keep judgment, and he that doeth righteousness at all times. Remember me, O Lord, Yahweh, with the favor that thou bearest unto thy people. Oh, visit me with thy salvation. Yeah, visit me with thy salvation, man. That's the best thing that we can hope for in this time. Because most people, they're so disconnected from the Lord, and they don't even know that the Lord's going to destroy them. Okay, and then we're hoping to get that salvation. We know that's the best gift. That's the best prize that we can get during this time. Okay, we can't do anything but hope for salvation on this time, and this place gets destroyed. Okay. It's the book of Psalms 119, 132. Look thou upon me and be merciful unto me, as thou usest to do unto those that love thy name. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Deliver me from the oppression of man, so will I keep thy precepts. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me thy statutes. Yeah, that's the best thing you could be doing, man, is learning the laws, statutes, and commandments, and not listening to folly, okay? Listening to people who are wicked, okay? You can't be doing these things, all right? It's the book of Psalms 106 and 5, that I may see the good of thy chosen, that I may rejoice in the gladness of thy nation, that I may glory with thine inheritance. Yeah, we want to glory with the nation of Israel, because not everyone's going to be saved, okay? Not everyone's going to be saved as well as they think there is. Salvation is only for Israel, okay? Not for the whole world. And damn sure not for the wicked, okay? It's not for everybody. It's the book of Psalms 106 and 6. We have sinned with our fathers. We have committed iniquity. We have done wickedly. Yeah, we have done wickedly, man. Okay? And we have to take responsibility for our actions that we committed in our past lives. And our forefathers, because we are our forefathers coming back in the regeneration, okay? And we went off, man. King Solomon went off. You don't think the rest went off? Okay? Matter of fact, thinking of a precept. Let me jump over to Ezekiel. Ezekiel, what is 14? Hold on, let me see. I think I got it. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 23. I'm going to start from the top. The word of the Lord Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, there were two women, the daughters of one mother, and they committed whoredoms in Egypt. They committed whoredoms in their youth. There were their breasts pressed, there were their breasts pressed, and there they bruised the teats of their virginity. And the names of them were Aholah, and the elder, and Aholibah, her sister. And they were mine, and they bare sons and daughters. Thus were their names. Samaria is Aholah, and Jerusalem is Aholibah. And Aholah played the harlot when she was mine, and she doted on her lovers, on the Assyrians, her neighbors. Now this is a parable of talking about Samaria, which represents the capital of the northern kingdom, okay? And Jerusalem, which was the capital of the southern kingdom, okay? He's calling them both whores. And he's comparing it to these two women who have the same mother, okay? They both came out of Israel. They're both Israelites. And Aholah played the harlot when she was mine, and she doted on her lovers, on the Assyrians, her neighbors, which were clothed with blue, captains and rulers, all of them desirable young men, horsemen riding upon horses, okay? So they were in power, man. They had power. Thus she committed her whoredoms with them, with all them that were the chosen men of Assyria, and with all on whom she doted, with all their idols she defiled herself, okay? So she was committing spiritual idolatry, okay, which is adultery to the Heavenly Father, okay? Just like when your girl cheats on you, that's what he's talking about here. Neither left she her whoredoms brought from Egypt. Yeah, she still had Jeroboam built a calf in Bethel and in Samaria that they could worship. So they were already going off, and then they were going off even further than that. For in her youth they lay with her, and they bruised the breast of her virginity and poured their whoredom upon her. Yeah, so that's like getting a hickey on your breast, man. That you know you didn't do to your girl, because you don't do things like that. But that's how you know she's committing adultery, you know, in a carnal sense. Wherefore I have delivered her into the hand of her lovers, into the hand of the Assyrians, upon whom she doted. Yeah, that's what he did. He sent the Assyrians in, and that's what happened. Assyria went into the northern kingdom and took them out of that land. Okay? And brought them into outside of the land by what's that place called? They were pretty much they were removed from the land, and they put in heathens in the land. Ezekiel 23:10, these discovered her nakedness. They took her sons and her daughters and slew her with the sword, and she became famous among women, for they had executed judgment upon her. Yeah, they executed judgment upon her, man. Brought them into slavery. Okay? Judgment that was sent from the Lord. Okay? The Syrians, the rod of the Lord. And when her sister Aholibah saw this, she was more corrupt in her inordinate love than she. Yeah, she was. You just saw the northern kingdom get taken down for their idolatry, adultery. And now you following in her footsteps. And in her whoredoms more than her sister in her whoredoms. Yeah, you did worse than that, because you knew better. You saw the judgment. And when her sister Aholibah saw this, she was more corrupt. So like it. Ezekiel 23:12, she doted upon the Assyrians, her neighbors, captains and rulers clothed most gorgeously, horsemen riding upon horses, all of them desirable young men. And that she increased her whoredoms, for when she saw men portrayed upon the wall, the images of the Chaldeans portrayed with vermilion. Okay, so she's seeing these images, man, and she's being seduced by it. Girded with girdles upon their loins, exceeding in dyed attire upon their heads. Talking about the Chaldeans, these Babylonians. And all of them princes to look to after the manner of the Babylonians of Chaldea, the land of their nativity. Israel wasn't born, actually, Abraham did come out of the land of Ur, which is, I believe, let me go get that. It's that Genesis 11, I believe. Let me get it in the blue letter so I can look and get exactly. Genesis 11 and 31. And Terah took Abram, this is Genesis 11 and 31, and Terah took Abram his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan, and they came unto Haran and dwelt there. So let's look at this word, Ur, U-R. See where that's at. Okay, let's go here. It's not even. It means flame. A city in southern Babylonia, city of the Chaldeans, center of moon worship, home of Abram's father Terah, and departure point for the Abraham's migration to Mesopotamia and Canaan. Okay, let's jump back to Ezekiel, the 23rd chapter. Ain't nobody coming by today. We're gonna read these scriptures off anyways. The book of Ezekiel 23. In verse Verse number 15. Girded with girdles upon their loins, exceeding and dyed attire upon their heads, all of them princes to look to, after the manner of the Babylonians of Chaldea, the land of their nativity. And as soon as she saw them with her eyes, she doted upon them and sent messengers unto them into Chaldea. And the Babylonians came to her into the bed of love, and they defiled her with their whoredom, and she was polluted with them, and her mind was alienated from them. So she discovered her whoredoms and discovered her nakedness. Then my mind was alienated from her, like as my mind was alienated from her sister. Okay. Yeah, when your mind is alienated from something, man, it's like you're indifferent. Okay. Let me get that word alienated just in case I'm going off. Ezekiel 23 and 18.
Translates 5361. Nakah.
It says to be estranged, be alienated, to be severed. Okay. Let's give me another precept. Jeremiah 6 and 8. Be thou instructed, O Jerusalem. It's like it. Be thou instructed, O Jerusalem, lest my soul depart from thee, lest I make thee desolate, a land not inhabited. Yeah, see? See what happens when you go off? You get kicked out of the house. And in this case, the house was Jerusalem. Ezekiel 23 and 19. Yet she multiplied her whoredoms, it's talking about the southern kingdom, in calling to remembrance the days of her youth, wherein she had played the harlot in the land of Egypt. Yeah, y'all both played the harlot in the land of Egypt, man. Y'all were both at the bottom of Mount Sinai worshiping the calf. And what did the Lord do? He raised up the Levites to come up against you. And he said he was going to have mercy on who he was going to have mercy. Okay? So he's bringing that back to remembrance. The first time you cheated on him, and now you cheat on him again, like a whore. For she doted upon her paramours, whose flesh is as the flesh of asses, and whose issue is like the issue of horses. Thus thou callest to remembrance the lewdness of thy youth, and bruising thy teats by the Egyptians for the paps of thy youth. Therefore, O Aholibah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, behold, I will raise up thy lovers against thee, from whom thy mind is alienated, and I will bring them against thee on every side. He's gonna bring them against you, man. Okay, that's what he'll do. He'll put your enemies against you. You love them so much, okay? Just like y'all. Let me grab this precept. You love idolatry, man. Call on your own gods. What's that? Ezekiel. Let's give me a precept. I'm about to jump over there. Ezekiel 16 and verse 37. It says, behold, therefore I will gather all thy lovers with whom thou hast taken pleasure, and all them that thou hast loved, with all them that thou hast hated. I will even gather them round about against thee, and will discover thy nakedness unto them, that they may see all thy nakedness. And I will judge thee as women that break wedlock and shed blood are judged. And I will give thee blood in fury and jealousy. And I will also give thee into their hand, and they shall throw down thine eminent place, and shall break down thy high places. They shall strip thee also of thy clothes, and shall take thy fair jewels, and leave thee naked and bare. They shall also bring up a company against thee, and they shall stone thee with stones, and thrust thee through with their swords. And they shall burn thy houses with fire, and execute judgments upon thee in the sight of many women. And I will cause thee to cease from playing the harlot, and thou also shalt give no hire any more. So will I make my fury toward thee to rest, and my jealousy shall depart from thee, and I will be quiet and will be no more angry. Yeah, so he brought this judgment in order to appease his wrath of you going off, man. It's like how you smack your woman, man. Okay? In righteousness. Okay? He told us you made it, you married, you made a covenant, and you failed to keep your side of the bargain, and now he gonna make you pay for that. This is the book of Ezekiel 23 and 23. The Babylonians and all the Chaldeans, I don't know why I'm slipping at the tongue. The Babylonians and all the Chaldeans, Pekod and Shoa and Koa, and all the Assyrians with them, all of them desirable young men, captains and rulers, great lords and renown, all of them riding upon horses. Yeah, they in power. Okay, that's a symbolic for being in power, being on horses, man. We got this precept, Jeremiah 50 and 21. That's lucky. Hold on. Jeremiah 50, verse 21. It says, "Go up against the land of Merathim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekod, waste and utterly destroy after them, saith the Lord Yahweh, and do according to all that I have commanded thee." Now, when you go into that, since we're here, we're going to go into that word Merathim.
Strong's H 4850. Marah.
It says Marathayim, which means double rebellion, another name for Babylon. And when you go into the root word, it says bitterness, okay? Of harlot's end of wickedness, cry of pain, bitterly. Now we know America is synonymous with bitter, okay? Because it goes back to the root word amargo in Italian, which means bitter. And that's what America is derived from. So this is Jeremiah speaking about a place that's going to be bitter. And it's going to be the harlot's end. It's going to be the end of your crying. And this is the Lord. This is that judgment that came on him for your continuation in following idolatry after said captivities. Because you went through multiple times during the book of Judges of going off. Okay? And that was all after Egypt, when we entered into the land of Canaan. Just like when we entered into these other lands also. Okay? We started following in the Greek captivity. Okay? We started following those idols. During the Maccabean period, they wanted to sacrifice swine flesh upon the altar. That's idolatry. That's adultery against the Heavenly Father. Okay? And what do? He judged us. We've been running from Roman persecution since 70 AD. And we still running from this damn devil. We're still here, still getting put to death. Okay? And we're tired of running. Now we praying for the Lord, we crying out to the Lord. But he said this is when the harlot's gonna end. Okay, but we need to remember that all those different transgressions, the Lord is bringing us back into that understanding of what pissed them off in the first place. Okay, but now your transgressions came to an end. Okay, and Esau Edom has overstepped his boundaries. Okay, and now the Lord is going to judge him for everything that he did against his woman, even though he set him up. That's how powerful it is, man. Okay, and he's going to revenge the nation of Israel and exalt his name again by taking down Esau Edom. Ezekiel 23 and 24, and they shall come against thee with chariots, wagons, and wheels, and with an assembly of people, which shall set against thee buckler and shield and helmet round about, and I will set judgment before them, and they shall judge thee according to their judgments. And I will set my jealousy against thee, and they shall deal furiously with thee. They shall take away thy nose and thine ears, and thy remnant shall fall by the sword. They shall take thy sons and thy daughters, and thy residue shall be devoured by the fire. They shall also strip thee out of thy clothes and take away thy fair jewels, just like we read in Ezekiel 16 and 39. He said he was going to strip you, okay? of everything, all your glory. Okay, all that shine and all of that. Okay. Now we're out here, the elect, they're out here in sackcloth, man. We've been stripped from all of that. That's why we're wearing these garments, man. Because we're in mourning, we're lamenting. Okay? We're sad. But some of us aren't. Some of us are happy. Some of us are still playing the harlot. And they still committing adultery. And they're going to pay for that. They're going to pay for that by getting burnt. They're going to suffer the judgment of Aholah. But the elect, we're going to be, you know, I don't want to put myself with the elect, but the hopeful elect, I'm talking about the elect, but I'm not trying to add myself to that number. Okay? So I got to watch my mouth. But I'm trying to, or the hopeful elect are trying to, be redeemed by the blood of Yahweh Shai, and that he shows us mercy for our repentance. Okay. Book of Ezekiel, chapter 23. What was in 27, thus will I make thy lewdness to cease from thee, and thy whoredom brought from the land of Egypt, so that thou shalt not lift up thine eyes unto them, nor remember Egypt any more. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, behold, I will deliver thee into the hand of them whom thou hatest, into the hand of them from whom thy mind is alienated. And they shall deal with thee hatefully, and shall take away all thy labor, and shall leave thee naked and bare, and the nakedness of thy whoredoms shall be discovered, both thy lewdness and thy whoredoms. Okay? Yeah, our sins have been discovered, man. We've been going on for a long time. Okay? We've been exposed. We got our nationality taken away from us. Okay, we got judged. All right? When you're found naked, you're being exposed, man. Okay? Someone strips you of your clothes, you're being exposed for what you truly are. And we've been exposed for being a damn harlot. Okay? Just like Esau's gonna be exposed. He's the harlot of harlots. Okay? The mistress of witchcrafts. Okay? He got a lot of sins underneath his skirt. And we're making him bear. Okay? And soon he's going to be mourning and lamenting. But right now, he's in his pride, he's in his kingdomship, he's in his rulership, he's on high. Okay? But he's going to be taken down, just like the nation of Israel. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 23, in verse 30. I will do these things unto thee because thou hast gone a whoring after the heathen, and because thou art polluted with their idols. And we're polluted with their idols, man. That's why we worship Allah. We worship Jesus Christ. Some of us are Buddhists, Hinduism. We into all, some are atheists. We're into all different types of abomination, idols today. Idolatry. Okay? Grab this precept. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 6 and 9. And they that escape of you shall remember me among the nations, whether they shall be carried captives, because I am broken with their whorish heart, which have departed from me, and with their eyes which go a whoring after their idols. And they shall loathe themselves for the evils which they have committed in all their abominations. And they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, and that I have not said in vain that I would do this evil unto them. Ezekiel 6 and 11, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, smite with thine hand and stomp with thy foot, and say, alas, for all the evil abominations of the house of Israel, for they shall fall by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. He that is far off shall die of the pestilence, and he that is near shall fall by the sword. And he that remaineth and is besieged shall die by the famine. Thus will I accomplish my fury upon them. And he's gonna, and that's all coming back, man. That's how he's gonna appease his wrath. Okay? But he's gonna deliver his elect this time. But the ones that are still a-whoring, that didn't want to come back from the nation of Israel, y'all gonna die with these heathen out here, man. Y'all gonna get put to death. Pestilence, the sword, famine. Okay? Same thing, you're gonna run it back. Ezekiel 23 and 31. Thou hast walked in the way of thy sister, talking about Jerusalem, and the southern kingdom walking after the way of the northern kingdom. Therefore will I give her a cup into thine hand. Yeah, she's gonna take the cup that he gave to the Assyrians. I mean the northern kingdom. He's gonna give it to the southern kingdom. Okay, you're gonna drink of the same cup. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, thou shalt drink of thy sister's cup deep and large. Thou shalt be laughed to scorn and had in derision. It containeth much. Yeah, there's much in that cup, man. And we are firsthand to tell you what the Lord's cup looks like, man. Getting put on slave ships, letting Christopher Columbus come through, slaughter, pillage, grape. Okay? These are some nasty men, man. And you don't want your daughters around. You don't want your daughters around a bunch of pet pedos and HMOs. No. Violent homosexuals, man. That's Christopher Columbus and his goons, man. All right? Cannibals. That's what the Lord put over you. And they did all different types of abominations to the nation of Israel, man. And the Lord's going to expose them. And when he's fully exposed for being a devil, that's when he's going to really show his wrath. And that time is coming, man. That time is coming. They're going to make a good excuse to come kill you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? Because it's all about y'all. It's all about the nation of Israel. Okay? He's trying to build up the power, calling on all these demons for this great slaughter that's about to happen. Okay? And he's putting everything in place so he can come get you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He won't wipe y'all away, man. All right? He won't get rid of y'all. And he has to, because he got a short time, man. It was fun while it lasted, but now he really got to do what he was created to do. Okay? He got to fulfill the Lord's word. This is the Lord's will. This is appeasing the Lord's wrath. Okay? It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 23 and 33. Thou shalt be filled with drunkenness and sorrow, with the cup of astonishment and desolation, with the cup of thy sister Samaria. Yeah, cup of your sister Samaria. What happened to Samaria, man? They got kicked out the land. Matter of fact, they got kicked out so far, they came all the way to over here first. Okay? Then the same thing happened to you. Okay? Ezekiel 23 and 34, thou shalt even drink it and suck it out, and thou shalt break the sherds thereof, and pluck off thine own breast, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord Yahweh power. Yeah, Yahweh power, man. And the precept to that is Psalm 75 and 8. Okay? I'm going to go grab that. We drank it a cup. Okay? It's the book of Psalms 75 and 8. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth, shall wring them out and drink them. Yeah, we were wicked, and we had to drink of the Lord's cup, and it was just and fair. He did the same thing he did to the northern Israel. They were going off on idolatry. Okay? Kicked them out the land, sent them right over here. Same thing that happened to the southern kingdom. All right? We were going off, kicked us out of the land, sent us over here. Okay? Now we're both here together. Okay? And do you think we would be repenting at this point? Do you think we would remember, damn, look what happened to Assyria. Look what happened with the Romans, man. We should be mourning. No, we want to party still. We want to still stay here, be partying in America like we didn't come here on slave ships, man. Like Christopher Columbus ain't come pillage your town. Now you fully engulfed into this society. Okay. Anger in the Lord. Okay. Meaning that those judgments, you already showed you it, gave you time to repent, and what do? You continued playing the whore. That's why this great judgment's coming, man. This well-deserved judgment's coming. Okay? And we're gonna pay for those sins that we committed here in America. Okay? And a lot of y'all don't really know what the hell's going on because y'all don't inquire your ear. You know? You don't inquire your ear to these things. You know, so what else is he supposed to do? He gonna send that judgment, man. What's the Lord supposed to just stay angry at you? Nah, man. Who the hell are you? Nah, the Lord's gonna get you, man. You're gonna play the whore, you're gonna play the harlot, you're gonna suffer the judgment. He told you, you already made a covenant with him, so he's already justified in doing it. He told you he was a jealous power, didn't he? Didn't he say he was jealous? Matter of fact, let me grab that precept in case y'all forget. Is that on that? Yeah, that's it on that. Let me get this jealous power. I told you that, man. It's the book of Exodus 34 and 14. For thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous power, man. He said his name is jealous, man. Okay? That's a title. And one of his titles is he's jealous, man. And that's why Jake be getting mad when his woman be going off. Just how you feel when your woman go off, the Lord be doing that to you just to show you how it feels. You think he's supposed to remain in a stupid state for the people he loved to do that to him? As a matter of fact, let me read something. I read this yesterday, but then I read it again when I went home, man. And just, it was crazy because I read it yesterday and I was watching a video and a brother went into it and he even expounded on, I just read it, but this brother expounded on it and, well, really, not really this part, but this has something to do with what I'm saying. Let me see. Because in 2nd Esdras, the 8th chapter, Esdras is basically saying, Lord, why don't you just, plant your seed in us so we can just go the right way and praise you and do everything that's going to make you happy. But the Lord's like, nah, man. Let me see. I think it's in the next verse, in the 2nd Esdras, the 8th chapter. It's the book of 2nd Esdras 8. This is when the Lord answers Esdras. 37. Then answered he me and said, some things hast thou spoken aright, and according unto thy words it shall be. For indeed I will not think on the disposition of them which have sinned before death, before judgment, before destruction, but I will rejoice over the disposition of the righteous, and I will remember also their pilgrimage in the salvation and the reward, and they shall have. Like as I have spoken now, so shall it come to pass. For as the husbandman soweth much seed upon the ground and planteth many trees, and yet the thing that is sown good in his season cometh not up, neither doth all that is planted take root. Even so is it of them that are sown in the world, they shall not all be saved. I answered then and said, if I have found grace, let me speak. Hold on, that's not what I'm looking for. jump down to I can't even find it, man. But basically he said that you don't, I can't find it. But basically he tells Esdras that you don't love the creature more than I do, man. Okay? Even though he's bringing this judgment, he's saying you don't love them as much as I love my my creation, man. Okay? And I thought that was profound to show you that even though he's bringing his judgment, he loved you more than anything, man. He's trying to correct you. That's how you get your correction. Unfortunately, y'all gonna have to die on this side. Y'all gonna learn by death by pain. But then y'all gonna be brought back righteous through the loins of the elect. Okay. Let me get back to Ezekiel. Hold on. Let me read that again. Ezekiel 23 and 34. Thou shalt even drink it and suck it out, and thou shalt break the sherds thereof, and pluck off thine own breast, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord Yahweh. Okay, Isaiah 51. Isaiah 51 and 17. It says, Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord Yahweh the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling, and wrung them out. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth, neither is there any that lacketh her by the hand of all the sons that she hath brought up. These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction, and the famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Thy sons have fainted, thy lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy power. That's pretty much, but pretty much you drunk of the cup, man. And that's why you like a wild bull in the streets, man. You on these corners, man. Israel's on these corners, man. Okay. The book of Ezekiel 23 and 35. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, because thou hast forgotten me and cast me behind thy back, therefore bear thou also thy lewdness and thy whoredoms. Yeah, bear that, man. And suffer these judgments that he about to bring upon you, man. Okay? Suffer the curses. The book of Jeremiah 2 and 32. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. Yeah, you taught the wicked ones thy ways, man. Talking about Esau. They learned a lot from you going off, man. That's why they know how to oppress you, spiritually and physically. They know how to keep you in transgression with your power, man. Okay? And don't trim your way to seek love, man. There ain't no love in this world. You trimming yourself. The only love you can get is from the Heavenly Father and His Son, through His Son. All right? Don't trim your way, try to go another way, man. There's a straight gate you got to go through in order to make it. And if you ain't coming in that stead or that yoke, you going to get put to death. If you outside of the hedge, it's like a sheep that left got out of the fence and just running wild. Yeah, that sheep that sheep is subject to be eaten by these different wild beasts that are out there. And a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all like that sheep that's out of the fence that's going to be destroyed by these heathen nations. They're going to put your ass to death, man, because you think these people are your friends, and they're not. They're your enemies, okay? And in these last days, we're going to find out, and you're going to see, all right? And if you ain't got the Lord with you, He going to make sure your enemies prevail over you. That's why you want to seek the Lord twice as hard now, okay? Because you in the midst of all the beasts. You're that sheep in the midst of all the beasts. You got lions, tigers, and bears. Okay? And you the sheep. And the only one that can deliver you is the shepherd. Just like King David. Okay? He was a really good shepherd. Matter of fact, let me go grab that. Let me go grab that since I quoted it. All right. Let me Google it, man. It's the book of 1 Samuel 17:34. And David said unto Saul, thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went out after him, and smote him, and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard, and smote him, and slew him. Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and the uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he have defied the armies of the living power. So that's David, man, protecting the sheep. And that's, a sheep needs a strong, mighty warrior to protect it from these wild beasts. A lion's not an easy animal for a man to kill, nor is a bear, okay? Nor is a big, ancient Philistine. Okay? And Esau's bigger than that Philistine now. Not physically, but he has much more power than Goliath had. He got staves and a shield and a sword. Esau got nuclear missiles, tanks, fighter jets, lasers, direct energy weapons. You got poison. Esau got a lot of tech right now. He's on his high horse. He's almost at the point that he can fight the Lord, man. He can manipulate the weather. Dude, man. And then he getting called out by people on the streets with a cell phone, man. And a Bible. Getting put to shame, man. Let's keep going. It's the book of Ezekiel 23:35. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast forgotten me and cast me behind thy back, therefore bear thou also thy lewdness and thy whoredoms. Yeah, you cast him behind, you don't want to hear the word. That's one way of casting him behind your back. It's the book of Ezekiel 22:12. In thee have thy taken gifts to shed blood, that has taken usury and increase, and thou hast greedily gained of thy neighbors by extortion, and hast forgotten me, saith the Lord Yahweh. Ezekiel 23:36. The Lord Yahweh said, moreover unto me, son of man, wilt thou judge Aholah and Aholibah? Yea, declare unto them their abominations. And that's what we're doing. We're declaring unto y'all your abominations, man. Okay? The book of Daniel tells you that we all sin, man. And I'm going to go grab that. The book of Daniel, chapter 9. And I'll start at 3. Daniel 9:3. And I set my face unto the Lord Yahweh to seek by prayer and supplications with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. And I prayed unto the Lord Yahweh, my power, and made my confession and said, O Lord, the great and dreadful power, keeping the covenant and mercy to them that love him, and to them that keep his commandments. We have sinned and have committed iniquity, and have done wickedly and have rebelled, even by departing from thy precepts and from thy judgments. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants the prophets, which spake in the name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day, to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near, and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass, that they have trespassed against thee. O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. To the Lord our power belong mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against thee. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our power to walk in his laws, which he set before us, and by his servants the prophets. That's you casting him behind your back. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law. Yeah, all Israel, both northern and southern kingdom, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us. Yeah, the curse is poured upon us. Okay, everything that's written in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, 15 to 68, okay, has pretty much been fulfilled, okay, in multiple captivities. And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. And he have confirmed his words. Yeah, he confirmed all of those curses, man. You can learn about the yoke of iron that was put upon thy neck. That happened to who? That happened to us. Okay? Who got put on slave ships a second? Who got sent into Egypt a second time? We did. Okay? Israel. Both kingdoms. We were in Egypt together, now we're back in modern day Egypt together. Okay, that's him, that's the Lord confirming his words. And he's gonna confirm this judgment that he's bringing too. And against our judges that judged us by bringing upon us a great evil, for under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem. Yeah, under the whole heaven, man. Those curses ain't been done to anyone else at the level that it has gone on these people. Okay? Some of them went in slavery. Some nations went in slavery, not the whole nation, but they had slavery all throughout the world. Heathens went into slavery. Africans went into slavery. Okay? Some of them are still in slavery today. Picking out, they got this big, huge mining operation where they trying to get some type of material for Elon Musk, fucking whatever he needs out of there. I forgot the name of the material that they're mining for, but they in their hands and feet, you know, with shovels. No OSHA regulations. It looked like millions of them. I know it's probably hundreds of thousands for nothing, for change, man. They're bringing up little stones for your jewels, the bloodstones that you wear upon your necks. Okay, slavery's still going on today. Matter of fact, you in slavery here in America with all these different taxes and things you got to pay. You always in debt, no matter what. If you're rich or if you're not rich, you're poor because you don't own any resources, man. And everything you have with a click of a button can be taken away from you. They can just cut you off from your bank account. Then what you gonna do? You ain't got no power, man. You know what I'm saying? The book of Ezekiel. Actually, let me read that. 23 and 36. The Lord Yahweh said more over unto me, son of man, wilt thou judge Aholah and Aholibah? Yea, declare unto them their abominations. Yeah, declare unto them their abominations, man. Okay. It's the book of Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Okay? Yeah, that's what we're doing. We crying out, we're sparing not. and we're showing our people their transgressions, man. Okay. Ezekiel 20. Book of Ezekiel 20:4. Without judge them, son of man, without judge them, cause them to know the abominations of their fathers, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, in the day when I chose Israel and lifted up my hand unto the seed of the house of Jacob, and made myself known unto them in the land of Egypt, when I lifted up my hand unto them, saying, I am the Lord Yahweh your power, in the day that I lifted up my hand unto them to bring them forth out of the land of Egypt, into a land that I had espied for them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands. Then said I unto them, cast ye away every man the abomination of his eyes, and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am the Lord your power. But they rebelled against me, and would not hearken unto me. They did not every man cast away the abominations of their eyes, neither did they forsake the idols of Egypt. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them, to accomplish my anger against them in the midst of the land of Egypt. But I wrought for my name's sake, that it should not be polluted before the heathen, among whom they were, in whose sight I made myself known unto them, in bringing them forth out of the land of Egypt. Wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt, and brought them into the wilderness. And I gave them statutes, and showed them my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. Moreover, also I gave them my Sabbaths, to be a sign between me and them, that they might know that I am the Lord that sanctify them. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They walked not in my statutes, and they despised my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. And my Sabbaths they greatly polluted. Then I said, I would pour out my fury upon them in the wilderness to consume them. And that's what he did. Okay? Actually, he didn't do that. He said he was going to raise up Moses. Moses spoke on the behalf of Israel, but when you keep reading, I believe he goes into that. I'll keep reading. But I wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathen, in whose sight I brought them out. Yet also I lifted up my hand unto them in the wilderness, that I would not bring them into the land which I had given them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands, because they despised my judgments, and walked not in my statutes, but polluted my Sabbaths. For their heart went after their idols. Nevertheless, my eye spared them from destroying them, neither did I make an end of them in the wilderness. But I said unto their children in the wilderness, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgments, nor defile yourselves with their idols. I am the Lord your power. Walk in my statutes, and keep my judgments, and do them, and hallow my Sabbaths, and they shall be a sign between me and you, that ye may know that I am the Lord Yahweh your power. Notwithstanding the children rebelled against me. They walked not in my statutes, neither kept my judgments to do them, which if a man do, he shall live in them. They polluted my Sabbaths. Then I said, I would pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness. So he's just reminding you, man. Just like in the wilderness, man. Your forefathers didn't make it into the promised land. You had to bear that iniquity. You went into the promised land. Okay? But now you didn't. Now you're your forefathers. Okay? Now the 2/3 ain't gonna make it, but the elect are. Okay? So you gotta. This is why we gotta get into these scriptures. We gotta know these words, man. Ezekiel 23:37, that they have committed adultery, and blood is in their hands, and with their idols have they committed adultery, and have also caused their sons, whom they bear unto me, to pass for them the fire to devour them. Moreover, this they have done unto me. They have defiled my sanctuary in the same day, and have profaned my Sabbaths. For when they had slain their children to their idols, then they came the same day into my sanctuary to profane it. And lo, thus have they done in the midst of my house. And furthermore, that ye have sent for men to come from far, unto whom a messenger was sent. And lo, they came, for whom thou didst wash thyself, paintedst thy eyes, and deckest thyself with ornaments. Let me read that again, man. This damn devil just went by and revved his engine up just like a demon. Okay? Okay, Ezekiel 23 and 40. It says, and furthermore, that ye have sent for men to come from far, unto whom a messenger was sent, and lo, they came, for whom thou didst wash thyself, paintest thy eyes, and deckest thyself with ornaments. Okay, let's give him precepts. Let me actually read that in the NLT, see if I can break that down a little bit better. Because I want to know what this is talking about, man. Ezekiel 40, Ezekiel 23 and 40. It says Ezekiel 23 and 40 in the NLT. It says your sisters sent messengers to distant lands to get men. Then when they arrived, you bathed yourself, painted your eyelids, and put on your finest jewels for them. Oh, so you was getting pretty for these, you know? Okay. Let's give me a precept. I'm gonna jump over to the book of Ruth 3 and 3. I'll start at 1. This book of Ruth, chapter 3 and 1. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, my daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now is not Boaz of our kindred, with whose maidens thou was? Behold, he went now with barley tonight in the threshing floor. Wash thyself therefore, and anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee, and get thee down to the floor, but make not thyself known unto the man, until he shall have done eating and drinking. And it shall be, when he lieth down, that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie, and thou shalt go and uncover his feet, and lay thee down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do. So yeah, getting decked out, committed adultery, man. Okay. Isaiah 57 and 9. And thou wentest to the king with ointment, and didst increase thy perfumes, and didst send thy messengers far off, and didst debase thyself even unto hell. Ooh, you debased yourself even unto hell, man. It's talking about us, man. We did this. Jeremiah 4 in verse 30. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. And that's what they did, man. That's what the Lord will do. He'll put your enemies over you. Since you love them so much, He's gonna use them to bring the judgment upon you. And y'all doing the same thing with Jesus Christ, man. Y'all committing adultery, and He's gonna send the Edomites after y'all, okay? That's the flood that's coming to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's who's coming to get you, okay? And there's gonna be a great slaughter in the land. It's the book of Ezekiel 23 and 41. And sattest upon a stately bed, and a table prepared before it, whereupon thou hast set mine incense and mine oil. Yeah, you setting up what the Lord gave you to deck His house and His sanctuary. You setting that up in these damn heathens. Some outside of the house or His sanctuary. Okay, this is the book of Esther, chapter 1. In verse number 6, it says, let me read this. Esther 1 and 5. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace, where were white, green, and blue hangings fastened with cords of fine linen and purple, to silver rings and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver upon a pavement of red and blue and white and black marble. And they gave them drinking vessels of gold, the vessels being diverse one from another, and royal wine in abundance according to the state of the king. And the drinking was according to the law, none did compel, For so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house that they should do according to every man's pleasure. Also Vashti, the queen, made a feast for the women in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus. So that kind of reminds me of what Belshazzar was doing with the. I know I used Esther's, but I think Belshazzar, he was actually using the things that were taken out of the Lord's house from the Babylonians. No, he was a Babylonian. So when the Babylonians took over, he was drinking out and having fun with it and all of that. But it's using Esther in a way that Esther's an Israelite drinking out of the king's cup and all of that. Okay? They're having a banquet for the king. That's being tied into us, taking what he gave us and giving it to the heathen. Okay? Isaiah 57:7. Upon a lofty and high mountain hast thou set thy bed, even there wentest thou up to offer sacrifice. Behind the doors also in the posts hast thou set up thy remembrance, for thou hast discovered thyself to another than me, and art gone up, and hast enlarged thy bed, and made thee a covenant with them. Thou lovest their bed where thou sawest it. And thou wentest to the king with ointment, and didst increase thy perfumes, and didst send thy messengers far off, and didst debase thyself even unto hell. Going back to Isaiah 57. Okay, let me look at the evil leaders rebuke. It says at the top of that. Give me another precept. Let me go to the book of Amos. Amos 2:8. It says, and they lay themselves down upon clothes laid to pledge by every altar, and they drink the wine of the condemned in the house of their God. Ooh, drink the wine of the condemned in the house of their God, man. This is the book of Ezekiel 23:42. And a voice of a multitude being at ease was with her, and with the men of the common sort were brought Sabians from the wilderness, which put bracelets upon their hands and beautiful crowns upon their heads. Then said I unto her that was old in adulteries, will they now commit whoredoms with her, and she with them? Yet they went in unto her, as they go in unto a woman that playeth the harlot. So went they in unto Aholah and unto Aholibah, the lewd woman. And the righteous men, they shall judge them after the manner of adulteresses, and after the manner of women that shed blood, because they are adulteresses, and blood is in their hands. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, I will bring up a company upon them, and will give them to be removed and spoiled. And he did that. We were removed and we were spoiled. Okay? They took all of our ornaments out of the temple. The Romans did that. And we literally haven't been there since 70 AD. And that's just talking about the southern kingdom. Okay? And I know there was a scattered few of the northern kingdom within the southern kingdom. Ezekiel 23:46. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, I will bring up a company upon them, and will give them to be removed and spoiled. And the company shall stone them with stones, and dispatch them with their swords. They shall slay their sons and their daughters, and burn up their houses with fire. Thus will I cause the lewdness to cease out of the land, that all women may be taught not to do after your lewdness. Yeah, you're going to be taught that, man. Once you see this destruction, you're going to know being a whore is no reward to it, but judgment. And they shall recompense your lewdness upon you, and ye shall bear the sins and ye shall bear the sins of your idols, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. All right, that's pretty much it on that, man. And that's Aholah and Aholibah, man. Doing a lot of whoring, man. Now we back here again. And we got to put those abominations aside, clean ourselves up, man. All right. So I'm going to end it right there. Lord willing, that was edifying. I'm going to end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Shalom.